Right, so before we start the video, I've got one quick question. Porygon. Now, Porygon was created by humans, which, okay, I guess that's a thing. And Porygon 2 is the evolved form, which still doesn't make much sense, but I can understand because Mewtwo exists, so you can technically program moves into a Pokemon somehow. Now, the question I've got is, does that mean, maybe in a future game we can fuse Pokemon? Huh? Game Freak? Get back to me on that one, please. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the challenge. Back with another Pokemon Manga challenge video here today. And today we want to find out, can we beat Pokemon Crystal using Manga Yellow's team? Now, once you have a quick look at her team, it's technically the same one from the previous challenge. So we got Omastar, Pikachu, Raticate, Golem, Dodrio, and Butterfree. And the rule is simple. We have to beat the game using her Pokemon. I am going to add the Pokemon in to the challenge because, let's be fair, I can't actually catch them legitly until like the second half. But we have to use the same moves as well, and it's a level 50 cap, so I can't go above level 50. And I'm also going to make it so that I can actually teach them all HMs because I'm not getting HM slaves, that's effort. But with all that being said, we start off the challenge with getting Kitty, which will be our Caterpie. And as you can imagine, Kitty's only move is Tackle and String Shot, and yeah, I need to train him, and this is going to take a very, very long time. So we're just going to skip ahead, and hopefully, by the time we skip ahead, we can see that Kitty's level 6, goes to level 7, evolves into Metapod, and it learns Harden. Now, with Metapod, I carry on training, and I evolve that into a Butterfree because, yeah, we're not going to make no progress against a flying gym leader with, nothing. So yeah, after a while we hit level 70, we get a Geodude, and this will be our ace. Now the reason this is going to be my ace is quite simple. It learns ROCKTHROW at like level 12, so if I really get stuck, I can go with that. Now I really don't want to do any more grinding because I got tired of grinding on level 3s for Kitty to get to level 18, so let's just see how Kitty goes, and actually Kitty's doing pretty well. Now, Pidgeotto might be a problem, but it doesn't actually know any flying moves in this gen, which is kind of sad. I don't know why he's the flying gym leader with no flying moves, and yeah, he lost against a bug type, so that's quite disgraceful, and you can live with that. Anyway, moving on to better things, I find a Rattata and I catch it, which gives us our third member of the team. Now, we're going to call him Ratty, and Ratty unfortunately is quite a low level, so I'm going to have to do some training before I can actually use him. After a bit of more training, we actually managed to get Kitty to level 19, and then we have to face Bugsy. Now, Bugsy could be a big problem, but I'm hoping for the best. So, we send out Gravy, who's level 70. We go for ROCKTHROW after we get off a few defense curls, because I am not risking, Cypher two-shotting me. And I didn't realize something whilst I was doing this. Wait, hold on. Bug moves are physical, aren't they? Okay, good, they are. Thank goodness, I thought they were special. Yeah, okay, so we one-shot the Cypher. I was worried for nothing. He ain't going to beat the Gravy. And thanks to that, we beat Bugsy. So, yeah, that was super easy. And I wasn't expecting to be that easy, so I guess... I don't need to, but we're going to heal anyway. And then we're going to give the rival a go. And the rival should be harder because there's one issue here. He's got a Ghastly, and none of my Pokemon can hit it, apart from Gravy. And thank goodness we beat it, so yeah, we ain't got to worry about that. And yeah, the next problem is Bailey, and the big issue here is Kitty's the only one that can fight it, because Gravy's going to get one shot, just as we see there. So Kitty, we go for Supersonic, and it all depends if I get good Confusion RNG. And this poison's annoying. I've lost. Okay, so that kind of sucks. So we're going to have to give it another go because, again, Ratty's got no moves. So we face the rival a second time. We get back to a good situation. We get poisoned. We go for Supersonic. Bailey actually hits hisself. And, oh my goodness, there we go. We managed to beat the rival. And, oh, he had another Pokemon, but doesn't matter anyway. We got Gravy, so I go for Supersonic, get knocked out by the Bite, does not matter. We send out Gravy, Rock Throw, and there we go. Zubat's one shot, and we beat the rival. So with that, we can now move on to much better things. And by better things, I mean we got Whitney to deal with, and Whitney shouldn't actually be a challenge now I think about it. So we go to Whitney. I've done a tiny bit more leveling up for my Pokemon, and Whitney should be super easy. The only real challenge will be Clefairy, because Clefairy's Metronome is unpredictable, as you can guess. We send out Gravy. Gravy's just going to use Defense Curl. I go for Rock Throw because I don't want to risk it after that Seismic Toss. Miltank comes out, and I realise I made a big mistake. Miltank is quite tanky and does quite good damage, so I probably would have been better off just going for the Defense Curls. I mean, especially if Miltank healed, I'd 100% lose. So, yeah, Miltank knocks out Gravy, one-shots Kitty, and yeah, okay. That's not going to work. But let's have a look at what Ratty can learn. And as you can see, Ratty only has two moves. Super Fang and Hyper Fang. Not even Tackle. And I'm actually quite happy with this because Super Fang halves the HP of the opponent, and Hyper Fang, big damage, especially with the stab bonus. So, brilliant there. We've now got Kitty to look at, and Kitty, yeah, all the moves I'm using are the moves that Kitty gets, and they're the only moves Kitty gets, so it's not looking good for Kitty, but Kitty Supersonic is the best play. Anyway, we go and give Whitney another try. As you can see, I've realised my mistake. I start using the Rock Throw early to get it low, and then I bulk up with Defense Curls. And this actually takes quite a while to knock out the Clefairy because of the Metronome luck and double slap wasting time, so we're going to just skip ahead. And we finally knock it out whilst I'm on 25 HP. Next up is the Miltank. For Miltank, this will be super easy. All we got to do is go for Rock Throw. As you can see, Miltank's only doing 1 damage. 2 damage with rollout now. Oh crap. Okay, okay, good. We knocked out Miltank. And just like that, we beat Whitney. So, yeah. Not really that much of a challenge this time. It's amazing what can happen when you use a rock type, which I don't know why people didn't do that when they were younger. It would have been easier. But with Whitney beaten, we can now finally teach Ratty some moves. But first we're going to make Gravy, well, Gravy evolves from a Geodude to a Graveler. That word weird. And we finally get Hyper Fang for Ratty, so it can now attack, and this makes training it so much easier. And we make Ratty evolve into Eradicate because, oh my goodness, it was impossible to train despite the fact that it had Hyper Fang. It just get one shot. So now it can be more useful, and we're up against a fun gym leader now. You see, Morty isn't the hardest gym leader if you can hit him. But I can't really hit him except with Rock Throw. And we all know what Rock Throw's accuracy is like. It ain't the greatest. So I've kind of got to beat all his Pokemon with Gravy. I mean, I got Supersonic if push comes to shove and I need to switch out to get rid of the curse like I'm doing now. And I don't know why I switched to... Yeah, actually, I should have switched to Kitty. Yeah. If I choose Ratty, we're going to go into one of those things where, you know, he don't hit me, I don't hit him, and we got to run until we get to struggle. But yeah, he knocks out my... Then knocks out both my Pokemon. So yeah, all I've got left is Ratty. I could go for a Struggle War, but I've been cursed. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so there's really no point of carrying on because it was a Struggle War. So I tried again, and I actually managed to beat Morty on my second try, which was pretty good. With that being the case, of course, I can now finally go train and progress further into the game. And what I decided to do is teach Strength to Gravy, because, again, he carries yellow and he uses his Strength. Plus, I need someone to get past this puzzle. But with that all being said, we're up against Chuck. Chuck could be a problem. I mean, he only has 2 Pokemon, but he's a fighting type gym leader, and he has got a water type. But thankfully, Karate Chop does not do that much damage, thanks to Gravy's tanky defense. It all depends on Poliwrath, and Poliwrath, I go for a Supersonic. I then switch to Gravy, it hits itself perfect, hits itself again, I go for Strength, and unfortunately I get knocked off with a Surf. Saw that come in, I send out Kitty, we go back for Supersonic, and it is possible to win here, especially with Kitty, if Kitty can keep getting off tackles and Poliwrath hits itself. Get hit by Surf, survive, it hits itself again, and it gets knocked out. So, yeah, Kitty managed to win with its terrible tackle. Now that's good, because now I can get access to the HM Fly, and we're going to teach that to a Pokemon in a moment. But first of all, we've got to face the lovely, amazing Jasmine. Oh, Jasmine. I hate Jasmine. Now, I like her generally, but I hate facing her. She is terrible. And I think this is going to be a bit bit of an issue because Gravi's my best attacker, but Gravi is a rock type, and as we all know, rock gets destroyed by steel, and Steelix has come out. So I go for Supersonic to confuse it. It hits itself, that's great. I go for String Shot to now slow it down so that Gravi can be faster. I'm not sure if it's faster anyway, but I'm not going to risk it. Unfortunately, Gravi goes for Strength. Steelix hits with an Iron Tail despite being confused, and it didn't miss. So last is Ratty, and Ratty can't do anywhere near as good damage. So we're a bit of a stalemate. So I decide, you know, it's a good time to have a look at what Gravi can learn. And it can learn Takedown, Mega Punch, Defense Curl, Rock Throw, and Strength. I don't know why I put a Graveler there rather than Golem, but the stats are roughly the same, I think. Actually, I think they are Golem stats. Anyway, I'm happy with Gravi, but I don't think we're going to be able to beat Jasmine until we think of something else. So, with that being the case, I decided to give Price a go. I start off by sending out Ratty against his seal, managed to destroy that, no issue. Next up, he sends out Dewgong. I go for Hyper Fang, get a crit, but get knocked out by the Aurora Beam. So I send out Kitty, we go for Confusion. Unfortunately, doesn't hit itself. I get hit by Icy Wind, and then Aurora Beam sweeps me away. So I send out Gravi again, go for Rock Throw. It does big damage, more than I was expecting. Knocks out the Dewgong. Last is Pillar Swine. If Pillar Swine hits me with Blizzard or anything, I've probably lost. But unfortunately, he misses twice, and I get a crit Strength and manage to knock it out. So once again, Price was easy. And finally, Gravi evolves to a Golem, so we should be able to go a bit farther against Jasmine, but I'm not holding my hopes on high for that one. Anyway, with all that being said, I decided to give Jasmine one more turn, and yeah, okay, I expected that. Hopefully, Gravi can do good damage. Yeah, still nothing, and of course, yeah, I've lost. There's 0% chance I'm getting past this thing. Right, okay, so Ratty's level 28. I know what I need to do. There is a way to get past this, and it's with a lot of training. Because Ratty can learn one specific move that can help me here. And at level 40, it learns Super Fang. And with Super Fang, I'm now ready to face Jasmine. Now, the strat's simple. Basically, Golem take out the Magnemite, then we use Ratty straight away and just keep going for Super Fang. Because Super Fang halves the opponent's HP. Doesn't matter about the defense, it will just halve the HP. And with that, we managed to get Steelix to red health, use a Hyper Potion like I expected, go for another Super Fang, get one more off, get knocked out sadly. Kitty goes in for the confusion but misses, gets taken out by Rock Slide, and it all depends. Gravi does not get hit, so Gravi knocks out the Steelix, and I know the Magnemite's no issue. So after so many levels of training, I managed to beat Jasmine. And I'm not going to lie, if I had to get any higher, I probably would have quit. So, with Jasmine finally beaten, we can get more Pokemon. And the first addition to our team will be Doduo. Now, Doduo I catch, and we will name Doddy. And for some reason I spelled his name wrong, should be another D, but that's okay. And with Doddy on the team, we now catch ourselves a Pikachu. Now, Pikachu we're going to name Choo Choo, because it's Yellow's Pikachu, and I can't even lie, I hate this Pokemon, but we're going to be using it. But anyway, with that all being said, it's now time to move on to Claire. But of course I need to train up the rest of my team, and I want Doddy to evolve. So with that being said, we P-level Doddy till it evolves into a Dodrio. And with that now done, we are ready to face Claire. Right, with all that being done, we're now ready to face Claire, and Claire shouldn't be too much of an issue because funnily enough, most of my Pokemon use physical moves, and they're not elemental based, so her dragons can't really resist it. So we're going to start off with Gravi against her Dragonair. This Dragonair I think is the water one, which means I made a mistake, but I'm going to start off with Strength rather than Rock Throw because I think it will do bigger damage. Get hit by a Surf, do not understand how I could even survive that, but I did, and I beat the water Dragonair. Perfect. Next up is going to be Kitty against another Dragonair. I think this is the Thunder one. And for some reason she switched after paralysing me and I get a confusion on Kingdra, which is good. So I decide this is a good opportunity to use String Shot to slow Kingdra down so that whoever I send out doesn't have to worry about getting hit. And for some reason, despite all those String Shot, Kingdra was faster. Oh wow, I was paralysed. That makes sense. Anyway, I send out Gravi, we get hit in. Don't knock it out, get knocked out ourselves, but that's fine. Doddy comes out, Kingdra did full heal, but Doddy should be able to knock it out. Get hit by a Surf, survive on 4 HP, knock out the Kingdra. To be fair, that was the real threat. So she sends out a Dragonair. I think it's the Thunder one. Yeah, it's the Thunder one. So I send out Ratty now with Dragonair on half HP. Knock it out with Hyper Fang. Fire one's coming out now. I send out Choo Choo. Choo Choo goes for Fly. And yeah, you're probably wondering why my Pikachu can use Fly. I'll explain that right after. But of course, I get knocked out. No attack. And Ratty manages to take up the last Dragonair, which means we get a win. Which means now we can catch our final Pokemon, who we are going to call Omni. And with that, I guess we can have a look at Omni's moves. So Omni is an interesting one, because it only learns Water Gun and Ice Beam. But it's got such good special attack, that I think that's going to make up for it. Its defense is solid, so I'm happy with Omni in my team. Now we're going to have a look at Choo Choo. Yes, this is Yellow's Pikachu. Now it actually knows another move, Volt Tackle, but of course you can't use that in Gen 2 since that's not a Gen 2 move. But Fly is all we've got, so I'm not really happy about that. But we have Doddy, and Doddy I'm happy with. It's got Drill Peck, Whirlwind. I was going to teach it Fly, but I had a change of heart because Choo Choo knows Fly, so I thought it's probably better to just let Choo Choo use Fly. And despite the fact that it does use Double Team or Agility in the manga, I can't use it because it's not one of the moves it has. And I don't want to really use Double Team. But that's going to be all the Pokemon we have on this team. We're going up against a rival now, and the reason I decided to use Choo Choo rather than Res Pikachu, despite the fact that she has Res Pikachu with her, is because Res Pikachu is just broken, and I kind of want this to be a challenge. So if I can't win, I can always resort to it, but I'm going to try and win with Choo Choo and her terrible Fly. Yeah, Flying Pikachu. To be fair, I've seen worse. Anyway, yeah, this rival match wasn't much to talk about. I mean, I kind of counter-rule this Pokemon. I mean, Gravi's taken out the Magneton. The only one who could give me a problem is Meganium, but I have got Doddy. But because I'm not certain I'll knock out Meganium in one shot, I go for a Confusion with Kitty. And unfortunately, yeah, I pretty much do no damage even with the Confusion helping me. She snaps out of a Confusion and finishes me off with Body Slam, but Doddy comes out, goes for one Drill Peck, gets a crit. Yeah, that's Meganium gone. Hunter, we Drill Peck it. Don't ask me how I can hit a Ghost with flying moves. That's never going to make sense. The fighting moves don't work, but yeah, we knock out all the Pokemon. And with that, it means we can now face the Elite Four. Now, I'm kind of impressed because my Pokemon are quite low level, and I wasn't expecting this team to do that well. So we make Omni evolve into Omastar, and with that now happening, we heal up everyone and we're ready to face Will, the first Elite Four member. And I'm pretty confident we can do it at this level, but we're going to give it a go and just see how it plays. So, Will's the first member, Psychic type. He sends out Axatu. I'm sure I butchered that name 1,000 times. We go for Ice Beam, knock it out, one shot, easy, it's a flying type. Exeggutor comes out, we're going to switch to Doddy, go for Drill Peck, not a one shot, but Peck finishes it off because we're faster. Next we send out Ratty against Jinx. I'm expecting 2? Okay, it survived because I had a bad range, but 3 hits of Hyper Fang knocks out the Jinx. Slowbro's next, it's just bulking itself up, so I go for Super Fang, and one more Super Fang, and I'm just going to finish it with Hyper Fang, get a crit, would have been better earlier. One Pokemon, Ice Beam, yeah, this was easy. So Will, not a challenge. First Elite Four member down, which means we got a run going. So, next member is going to be Koga. Now Koga, you know what, it should be easy. Koga's basically a bug poison type, so I have nothing to really worry about. I think Muck will be the only challenge, but other than that, this should all be easy. So, knock out the first Pokemon, Ariados. Next up is Forretress. Forretress, I'm going for Water Gun over Ice Beam, which for some reason it done probably more damage. But yeah, we knock out Forretress, and I know Steel's resistant against Ice, but still, I thought it'd be more because of how, you know, how much attack it's got. But yeah, anyway, we knock out Forretress now, so Muck's next. It's not using Minimize like I thought it would, so we knock out the Muck with Doddy. Next up is going to be Crobat. Crobat, we just need 2 Ice Beams. Unfortunately, okay, good. We hit it with 1. I get poisoned, but it's only got 2 double teams. I should be able to hit the damn thing, but for some reason I don't. Goes for a full restore and I get knocked out. So this is really bad now because I've just lost Doddy and Omni. Ratty comes out, get a good Hyper Fang. If we get one more, okay, we don't. So it's all down to Gravy. If Gravy can hit the stupid thing, we can win. And again, I get poisoned. So it's not looking good, especially since Venomoth's here and there's a bug poison. And oh my goodness, yeah, we beat Venomoth with a ROCKTHROW, which somehow one-shot it, despite it not being a flying type. Right, well, anyway, we're on to Bruno, and yeah, Bruno's not a challenge because he uses Rock and Water. So Doddy for the first one, Drill Peck. Omni for the second one, Water Gun. Doddy for the third one, Drill Peck. Doddy for the fourth one, Drill Peck, and no, wait. No, he's got Machamp. Okay, well, for Machamp, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, see, everyone happy like I thought it would. But Machamp, Drill Peck, oh, it's not one shot. I was actually expecting to do half, so I'm happy with that. He goes for a heal, which I kind of expected. Go for Hyper Fang, then Super Fang. Get taken out by a critical cross chop, which sucks. I don't think I would have survived anyway. Send out Gravy, and Gravy knocks it out with Strength, which I'm grateful for because if Gravy didn't, I probably would have lost. So, that is the third Elite Four member down. We are doing really well. Karen's next. I'm going straight for a Super Fang because Umbreon's a bulky mess. I get confused, go for another Super Fang, get hit by a Feint Attack, Hyper Fang, knock out the Umbreon. Surprisingly, I didn't hit myself thanks to confusion. Brilliant. Vileplume's next. Doddy should have one shot. I think it was on probably 1 HP, 2 max. But after wasting a bit of time going back and forth, we knock out the Vileplume. Gengar's next, easy, because, you know, flying moves can hit Ghost despite the fact that makes no sense. Markrow is next. Markrow, one ROCKTHROW. There we go, knocked out. My ROCKTHROW accuracy's been good. But yeah, I get knocked out by Houndoom. I send that Omni. Omni barely hangs on. We go for Water Gun. Not good damage. Doddy, it all depends on you. Yes, you're paralyzed. You get hit by Flamethrower, but you hang in there and knock it out with a Drill Peck. And just like that, we are now facing Lance, the final member of the Elite Four. Now, Lance should be doable, actually. Well, Choo Choo just got knocked out by Gyarados, but I expected that because it's Choo Choo. Anyway, I send out Ratty. Ratty manages to do good, knocks out the Gyarados thanks to those Hyper Fangs. Next up is going to be a Dragonite. I switched to Kitty to go for a Supersonic. I knew I probably wouldn't have got it off, but the main thing was to let Dragonite use Hyper Beam. It did, which means I get a free Ice Beam. Another Dragonite's coming for, it will probably be the Thunder one. So, yeah, I don't know why I stayed in, but thank goodness I did not get paralyzed. Well, I got paralyzed, but goodness I didn't miss a turn. So we knock out the Dragonite again. Aerodactyl unfortunately doesn't hit me, misses, and it gets knocked out by 2 Ice Beams. Final Pokemon is the Dragonite, and unfortunately I got paralyzed, so he should be confused next turn. He is, he hits himself. I go for Hyper Fang, unfortunately I don't knock him out, which means, oh, well if you used a full restore I probably would have lost. Charizard's last, goes for Flamethrower, Doddy hangs in there, 1 Drill Peck, okay, it all depends on if Gravity can knock it out, which of course it can, it's a rock type. And just like that, we beat Lance. And yeah, well, of course there's one more battle. I always end it on blue because I think that's a fine place to end for a level 50 max challenge because I am not fighting him with this team at level 50. I mean, I've done it before and there is a video somewhere, but yeah, we ain't doing it with this team. So Yellow's team has proven very good, surprisingly, despite the fact that it's got trash moves. Like the most basic team you could have. But of course, we have blue to face. And because we're up against blue, I want to see how far this team can go whilst at this level. So, Choo Choo's useless, we all know that, but everyone else should be able to give blue a run for his money. So let's see how we go now. So Pidgeot's to start off with, I send out Omni, we go for an Ice Beam. Unfortunately it's not a one shot, but yeah, another shot later, we knock it out. Exeggutor's next, I'm switching to Doddy, we go for Drill Peck. Perfect, one more Drill Peck, we'll knock it out, sweet, that's Exeggutor gone. Rhydon's third. I'm gonna pick Omni. I'm kind of worried because he has Earthquake. We go for Water Gun. It doesn't one shot, but I get crits. That's just sad. Right, I go for Super Fang and it doesn't do. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I done that. Anyway, after using Hyper Fang, we managed to knock it out. We get into Alakazam, knocks out my Doddy, knocks out my Ratty, and I realise I'm at a big problem. Oh, Gravity hit his strength, but it's not strong enough. Yeah, the problem here is Alakazam's too fast. And yeah, I tried this a lot more times, and I'm just going to make this be very clear. I can't outspeed him, I can't get past him. So he's my wall. So I need to find a way to get past Alakazam. So I decided to try again after a few more attempts at a higher level. And yeah, I think I should be able to win this time. So we go for Ice Beam, get a freeze on the Pidgeot, that is big. Next up, we are going to switch Pokemon because I'm trying to well, I thought I would switch. There's probably another one I did. But anyway, we switch to Doddy now against the Exeggutor. 2 hits still, but he uses Solar Beam. So again, we've taken no damage there. apart from the little 13, but that's nothing. So we're going to switch again, and this time I use Omni and I go for a water gun, and he switches to Alakazam. I don't know why you done that. So I switched to Choo Choo so that Choo Choo could take the hit. I switched to Gravy knowing he can survive a hit. Go for Strength. Good. I wish I got a crit. Another Psychic will knock me out, and I can win this if... Okay, that's brilliant. He went for Recover, so my Hyper Fang knocks it out. Rhydon's next. I know Water Gun won't one-shot, so I go for Ice Beam, but still it doesn't knock him out. He hangs on barely. I send out Ratty. I'm going for Hyper Fang. I don't knock it out. Survive barely. Knock it out now. 2 Pokemon left. Gyarados and Arcanine. I go for Supersonic, but unfortunately Hyper Beam hits me. I send out Ratty. Go for Super Fang. Go for another Hyper Fang. I wish Hydro Pump missed. It didn't. Doddy knocks it out. Is wish I could have said. But yeah, I get hit by a Hyper Beam. Barely hang on. Finally knock it out. But it's Arcanine versus Doddy. Doddy isn't going to win. Now, that was one of my best attempts. And I tried for so long, and I realized it's impossible. So there was one thing I had to do, the only thing I could think of. I had to go and get as much PP, attack ups, defense ups, or iron, protein, all that stuff basically. It's the only way to even win. And the fun fact is, I actually do this throughout all my videos when I get to the final part and I can't win. I literally just like buff my Pokemon up as much as possible. And yeah, this is the best it's going to be. So everything goes according to plan, except one difference happens. Rhydon gets frozen this time in this final attempt, which means I don't have to worry about losing Omni. So it kind of throws off my thinking, but it doesn't matter. I decided to go for Agility with Doddy, and the reason for that is because Alakazam's next. And I go for Drill Peck. It doesn't one-shot, but he went for Reflect, and the next one knocks it out. So thankfully, because I got a freeze after so many attempts, I managed to get past Alakazam. It's Gyarados now. You know I'm going to win here because, let's be real, I got so close despite having to face Alakazam. But Gyarados, for some stupid reason, he was reluctant to lose. He tried taking out my team, but yeah, we finally knock him out. Next up is going to be my Ratty against Exeggutor. I go for the Super Fang, get KO'd by Egg Bomb. Choo Choo comes out, finally gets to use Fly. Oh my gosh, timed it perfectly with a Solar Beam, so Choo Choo actually got some use in this whole run. Next up is Arcanine against Gravy, and Gravy's clearly won here. I mean, when I say clearly won, I would have won if I weren't burned, but I then just switch to Omni and go for Water Gun. And because he's got no more heals, even though he got burned, which is kind of annoying, we knock out Blue. And we have proven that it is indeed possible to beat Pokemon Crystal using Manga Yellow's team, with the level 50 level cap included. So what are my final thoughts? Well, I actually think Yellow's team is really good, especially if I actually had a Pikachu. You know, not Choo Choo. But yeah, I'm amazed by how good her team is. I expect it to be a lot worse. So Yellow actually is probably one of the best Pokemon trainers for some odd reason, despite her having terrible moves, which is kind of bad. I kind of think I should give Green a proper turn. But of course, I have actually got another challenge already done. Pokemon Fire Red, Manga Blue's team. And I'm just going to put a little snippet at the end. There's a fight that is basically, in my opinion, a proper boss battle. And I know once you watch it, you are going to enjoy it because it was one of the hardest Pokemon. But anyway, with that all being said, I look forward to seeing you for the next video. And with that, till next time.